Hey guys, it's Leon. I wanted to talk to you about something I've been seeing a lot of people say little things about but never really seen it addressed, and that is a person's gear score, especially when it comes to hosts and making parties and all that stuff. So for the record, I am over 400k and I still get kicked from parties, so it's not just a thing for those with lower gear score, but that's definitely where it happens the most. Before I say anything though, I can definitely say that I used to be one of those people that would just kick anyone under a certain gear score. I I cannot say that I have never done that before. It wasn't until after I started watching Yuma, or Crimson Yuma, that I realized I was just being a jackass. Don't get me wrong, gear score is important for a lot of events, like a lot of the higher level events, like the new Oberon ones. But there are some where it really does not make a big difference. Like the Carnage runs that are going on right now, especially if you have monsters that can help you through the run. Yeah, it's nice to have a good gear score, but that does not necessarily mean that the player is skilled or that they'll survive, because I have died multiple times, and again, I'm over 400k, I'm not like huge in the gear score, but I'm in an area to where I should probably survive, and I don't. I've died a lot. For example, in this run right now that I'm doing voiceover, I have a cleric who's less than 300k, and no one dies. And don't get me wrong, we have really good monsters, and someone throws out Lyrial, which is really helpful. But nobody dies, and that's how it runs, and that's great. And I'm an almost 400k cleric, and I guarantee everybody would have died if I ran cleric, because I am a terrible cleric. I cannot cleric. I didn't have the reflexes to run cleric. I think cleric is the best class if you know how to do it, but I do not know how to cleric, and I suck at cleric. And then I've also ran with clerics who are over 400k, 500k, and people still die. It happens. So gear score is important, but it's not that important. It's also getting rid of a lot of opportunities for those players who are lower gear score to complete the higher up events and runs and stuff. So whenever I host, I don't really kick unless there's two clerics. I kick the cleric that came last because, first come, first serve. Other than that, I'll run with anybody. Whenever I stream, there'll be 260s, 250s running with me, and we survive 95% of the time. The other 5% is me just being a terrible player and not knowing how to play. But yeah, I just thought that should be said, Valentine's Day, spread the love and all that stuff. But I hope people who watch this, who do kick people quite often because their gear score, kind of think about it a little more. Because it's not everything. It's important, don't get me wrong, for a lot of events, but for smaller events like this one, it's just nice to help people out. Especially because, I enjoy kind of carrying and helping out my friends. I do it as often as I can whenever people ask. Because, I don't know, I want to be a good person, I want to be helpful. And I think it's also important to know that just because they're under a certain gear score doesn't mean they're not carrying like a Napoleon or Juliet. So yeah, just think next time before you kick somebody. Thank you.